Buffalo, Houston. What is Sean McDermott doing? What is Joe Brady doing? What are the concussion protocol people doing in that game? What's everybody doing? You're backed up on the 10-yard line. You found a way back into a game where you were down 17 points. 17. I didn't even get my 425 bets in because of that bullshit. I mean, it's unbelievable. Now I got to load up on the Steelers or bet the live over in this game in LA. But that is unbelievable. It is a cardinal sin in a game where for the first half of the game, it looked like you couldn't get separation. You know, a lot of those plays that Josh extends and it turns into scramble drill without Shakir on the field, they were having trouble separating. You know, you are fine with that group of receivers as long as they're all healthy. But the minute Shakir's out, somebody who can separate versus man coverage, and you play a fast team like that, you know, that's why Josh Allen started 1 for 9 or 1 for 8, whatever it was, is because if you looked at the wide shot, guys aren't open, you know, and, you know, I'm not caping for Josh. He could have played better today. I mean, he almost gave him the game throwing the ball down the seam. That's Al-Shaair. Like in his head, he's thinking, you know, in the second half, he's thinking, hey, he's open, but not against Houston. And that's the point. When you play Houston, they're really fast. And you could see it. Guys flying downhill, picking off pullers. The physicality that team plays with is fucking crazy. It's crazy. It's early 2010s football. Petrie, the whole gang, they are knocking people's heads off. And what they also do is they run with crossers. They can plaster in, you know, scramble drill situations. And, you know, for Josh, usually as he extends the play, he's got an option. Today, minus Shakir early in that game, it was apparent to me this was a bad matchup. Now, what they came out and did in the second half is they benefited from Houston playing like shit. And that has been a pattern the last 2 weeks when it comes to this team. Bunch of punts in a row against Jacksonville, and then this stall out late in the game. I thought Josh came on strong in the second half, made some plays. I would like to see more quarterback run when you're playing a team like that who's little, fast. You know, like I'd like to see that big body out in space. And I jinxed him this week. I said, I've never seen him get up slow. I said, watch Sunday, he's going to have a hangnail. I said hangnail on purpose. But his head hit the turf pretty hard there, and I'm surprised he was allowed back in the game. Like, to me, I suppose there's always plausible deniability. Like, it could have been wind knocked out of him, whatever. But to see his head hit the turf like that, you know, when Stafford got drilled against Detroit last year, at least he had another injury to play off. He did the old okey doke. He's like, oh, my leg. You ever heard Danny Amendola and Jules talking about that code they have, where if, you know, you get hurt in a situation like that and you get dinged up top, the other guy comes over and tries to play up a different kind of injury or whatever. There was no way to do that. His head hit the turf super hard. And the only way that they were going to be able to win that game was forcing a turnover. Smoot, great job. Trubisky just not fucking it all up, tying that game at the end of it. But the thing I'll remember about this game, with home field advantage possibly on the line for one of these teams, I'm not saying that it's a foregone conclusion. Look at the Ravens, look at the Chiefs. But when you look around the league, if you're Buffalo and you play in that division where the Miami Dolphins play and the Jets play, you know, and I'm not equating these two teams, and I think Jets are a tough team, but you're going to have an advantage. You're going to be able to – Patriots. Dude, that game was on TV, a little tiny TV, and that was the worst football I have ever seen. It was hilarious. It was fucking hilarious. And I bet the Dolphins, and they pulled it out. But when you're in that division and when Houston is where they are, and you think they're going to be pretty good at the end of the year, like this game could be home field advantage. Like it could come down to this game looking back. And when you think about 3 timeouts for Houston backed up at the 10, I don't even do that in Madden. I don't even take shots in that situation in Madden. You know, I'm trying to get a first down. And the second down call to me is Jaden Reed, by the way, is one of the best players in the league. And that was a dime from Love. I mean, it was shot out of a cannon. Okay, but I'll just tell you this. Yeah, that's like Roseboom's like his hair's blowing in the wind, dude, when Jaden Reed ran by him. So I just overall in that game, there's a lot in that game that I could talk about, and I will talk about in the live show tomorrow, but it's a blown opportunity because you should have played for overtime. Had Trubisky been the quarterback, not only that, I wouldn't be taking shots if it was Mitch. But if you didn't know if you're going to have Josh back in a situation like that, maybe you – but it's a moot point because 3 timeouts left. You give them the ball back. All they have to do is complete the ball one time, do one thing, call a timeout, kick a field goal. I have no idea what Joe Brady's thinking. And if I'm Sean McDermott, a little bit of the Dan Quinn Super Bowl situation with Shanahan where, I'm reading his lips and he's saying, like, we just need a first down after that shot on second down to Hollins. And when your receivers haven't been helping you all game, they in the first half especially, why are you putting it in their hands? To me, that's a perfect situation for quarterback run, unless he had a concussion and he's in the game. So just a inexcusable situation. If you're McDermott, you have to walk over to Brady and be like, what are you calling? Good game plan by him in the second half.